Hi, so we're going to talk about the GTFOBins website. It's a website that is going to give you different kind of commands you can execute in the terminal, depending on which kind of binary you have access to in the Unix system, to basically give you what you call local security bypass restrictions or some sort of misconfigured system. We're going to take advantage of that, and then hopefully get a higher privileged user or access to that after executing the command. So this is what that text basically says. So let's see how it works. So first of all, it's a search bar. There is 376 kind of binaries, and depending on what you're going to do, you can use these binaries to get a higher privileged user. Now, I could of course boot some room up from TryHackMe or something like that, but instead of that, I'm gonna basically take a terminal, and I know my system is not vulnerable. That's intentionally same way as a TryHackMe room, but what you typically do before you go ahead and check out this GTFOBins is to execute a command. Let me just fetch my cheat sheet so I can show you exactly what I mean. So no, you will execute this command. Let me just pull it in a new window. This command is a command that's gonna find in the root of the file system. So every file from the root, gonna look for files with the permission of users for S, which is a sticky bit, the SUID, like this, and the type is a file, and everything that you're trying to access that you cannot access, because while you're doing find / you're basically gonna request every single file there is in the system. So if you don't do this, you're not directing all your errors to nothing. So if you're just gonna take this command, for example, put it out into a terminal, press enter, you will see these permission denied on different kind of files a lot, because you are in theory not a highly privileged user at the moment. Now, I am user Kali, so basically means that if I run this command with a sudo in front, there might be different results I will get. I could try that. Write in the command. While running that, I'm still gonna get simple bugs here and there and errors to the screen. So that is one of the reasons that when we're gonna run this command here, let me just remove the sudo. I have a small issue on my. There we go. So when you're gonna run that, we will remove all the errors and not show them to the screen by directing it to it's called a black hole for now. These SUID is basically described as files that can be executed with the same permissions as the owner. So if we go ahead and just execute this command right here, let's get an example to get it showcased. And let's just find something. There we go. The very first one. So we're going to take this one here and do ls tag al, and I'm going to take a look at this. Now we can see this is something in red, so it's a binary file, and we can also do a file on it, for example, and just test exactly what kind of file it is. Let's just mark it. Okay, so we need to copy selection, paste selection. It's teasing me. There you go. There you can see it's a ELF file, which basically means that it's an executable file. And what we can see here is that this executable file can be executed because the S bit is set, the SUID, which basically translates to this file can be executed with the same privileges as the owner. In this particular case, it is root, so this is the kind of thing we look for. So when you can find a file that can be executed as another user, the owner of the file, if that user, you think that user have a higher privileged access to the system than you do, well, maybe it is worth looking into if that kind of file can be used to exploit your way to get a higher privileged access to the system. Alright, so let's clear the screen, see if we can get some commands. So let's look for different kind of files with the SUID bit set. So we're gonna press enter now, and let's see what we get. Now, this is of course a Linux Kali system, so it's a basic version. Haven't done anything to it, so it's probably what you can call not getting too much results. At some point it's gonna end. Let me just end it right now. So we get a long list. While you're doing try hacking rooms and stuff like that, you know, they will intentionally put something in here for you to exploit. So if that is the exploit, of course, but this is a way for you to use get GTFOBins. So I want to look for something interesting, and typically it's a Python binary or something. It could also be that you saw like, okay, so we have this SU, it's okay, but so let's assume this is what you're gonna look for. So you think, okay, maybe can I use this command in any ways to switch the user to a higher privileged user? Can I misuse that in some way with, you know, because of misconfiguration and so on? So we're gonna go to GTFOBins website and type in SU in the bar, and as you can see, there is actually something about the SU command on the functions of sudo. Now, depending on these functions, as you can see, different kind of commands with different kind of functions. So if it was cat that was available for you, then it could be file read, SUID, or sudo. Let's just click on the cat one here. Then you can see that you can execute cat and either create a variable, and you could do that, or you could of course just write the actual path, and you can cat out the file content. If it's SUID, there is a different way for you to use it. It's kind of the same because it kind of exploits the idea of you of showing the content of a file. That is the general idea here. If it was the Python binary that you found like this, in the many different ways, as you can see, just click the Python binary, then you might try something like, let's assume that you got the SUID bit set as the one we just ran. Then you can see that there's a command right down here in the below, and you don't need to do this because that's another thing that's not necessary, but whenever there is something with install, generally you can just skip that. So what you're gonna do is more or less just copy paste the command down here below. Now, one of the things that people usually get wrong is that they just copy paste this command. So I'm gonna give you a strict question. What is the problem with this command right here, right? So if you copy paste this into a document, just like that we did before, then you look at it. It says execute Python. It basically means that if you go ahead in the terminal, which we have right here, and I write which Python, for example, I'm gonna get this path right there. Now, what if it's Python 3? What if it's Python 2.7? You know, depending on which version there's installed in the particular machine you're trying to do a privesc on, well, then this might not work. So you need to find out the path, and I would say it's primarily not a bad idea to write out the full path. So this particular case is user bin. Then you could go and say like use bin, just like that, and then just remove the dot, of course, and then do a particular direct point towards the binary file. Is it Python 3, Python 2.7, whatever it is, you need to fill that out correctly. Now, what this command does basically is saying, well, we're going to use the Python binary file to execute a command through the command line, which is -c for command. Then inside the singular brackets, we're going to import the OS library and call the execl command and execute a binsh shell with the -p. Now, if you don't know what that is, it's gonna keep the privileges that is put on the binary file. And as we already talked about, it is the SUID, it is set for this example here, and it is root. So root is gonna execute this one here. If root is executing a new shell, that shell is being automatically spawned with the same privileges as the SUID bit, highest privilege possible, which is the owner of the file. It will be root. So you can also read, I think, yeah, they do have it right here. It's tag P, so it maintain the privilege or escalate, whatever the way you're gonna talk about it. So these are the things that you will need to do in order to use GTFOBins, and I cannot say it enough that there's so many different commands. Some of them are very interesting and stuff like that. What you in general want to do when you want to use GTFOBins is, I'm going to recap it for you. You're going to run the command right here and find the binary files with the SUID bit set using this one here. There are different kind of variations of this command where you write something like 4,000 instead of this one here. It's same, no difference at all. It's just a number. This is the text representation. So basically that is how that works. Yeah, I guess that's it really. If you have any questions for how to use this site and stuff, just leave a comment below. Maybe some of my viewers can help you answer the question. But really hope you learn how to use it, and it was a introduction to how to use GTFOBins. Wonderful site, and I would say don't skip on it, don't miss out on it. It is the best thing there is. See you out there.